Hello students, welcome to part 5 of how to program the video game Cheese Chase using Scratch 2.0. Okay, so at this point, Mimi the mouse can run right through walls. We don't want that. We want the maze to act like walls, okay? Alright, so let's click on Mimi the mouse and let's make sure that we're in the scripts tab up here and we see all of her scripts, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new script here. We're going to go to events and we're going to grab, we're going to go to the control blocks and we're going to grab an if then block. So we'll just put it out here for now. If then we'll go to the blue sensing blocks. If Mimi the mouse is touching, we'll grab a touching block, the maze, Okay, so what I didn't do is I didn't name the maze, give it a new name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the sprite 1, the maze sprite, and I'm going to click on the little I, and I'm going to change sprite 1's name to maze. Okay, then I'm going to go back, and now that new name should appear. Okay, so let's go back to Mimi the mouse. Let's go back to the scripts we were working on. So if Mimi the mouse is touching the maze, then we're going to grab the motion blocks and we're going to have her move back. Back is negative, so negative 5 steps. So we're going to have her kind of bump off the wall a little bit. Okay? All right, so what we want to do is this little script here, we haven't incorporated into this. We want to duplicate it. So we've done this before on this project. So we're going to right click on this if then block. We're going to right click and I'm going to choose duplicate and it's going to be attached to my mouse and I'm just going to click and leave it down here. I'm going to try that again. I'm going to right click on this if then block, duplicate, and I'm going to leave it down here. And what I want is I want 4 in total. So I'm going to right click, duplicate, and leave the last one down here. Okay. All right, so we're going to insert these 4 if-then blocks into the main script. Okay. All right, so we're going to place them underneath the move 5 steps. So here we go. I'm going to grab the first if-then block and I'm going to place it underneath the move 5 steps. So you see now the script is getting quite complicated. So now I'm going to grab the second if then block and place it under the next move 5 steps block. Okay? I'm going to grab the third if then block and place it under the next move 5 steps block. And then I'm going to grab the last if then block and place it under the last move 5 steps block. Okay? I'm going to go up to File, Save. So what happens is when Mimi bumps into the maze, it's going to have her move back a little bit away from the maze so that she won't get trapped there against the wall. Okay? All right, now there's one thing about Mimi's tail. So I'm on the mouse 1 sprite and I'm going to go to costumes. Okay. Now this tail, because it's quite long, it could get caught on one of the walls of the maze. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I'm going to go to vector mode. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna make sure that I'm in bitmap mode. So right now I'm in vector mode, so I'm gonna convert to bitmap mode. Okay, I'm gonna grab the eraser tool and I'm just gonna erase the tip of her tail so it doesn't get caught on any part of the wall. I'm gonna make the tail a little bit shorter. Okay, sorry Mimi. Okay. Okay, so then in the top right hand corner, we've used this tool before. It's the Set Costume Center. We want to set the exact center of Mimi, this sprite. So I want to put this kind of this horizontal and vertical line right in the center of Mimi. Okay? Okay, so let's create now a new enemy for Mimi the mouse to avoid. Okay? All right, so we're going to add beetles. So here we go. From the sprites list, let's click on scripts first. From the sprites list, let's create a new sprite. So let's choose sprite from library. Okay, we're going to search for beetle. So here is the beetle, quite a colorful beetle. So we're going to click on that beetle and we're going to click OK. So now the beetle is your selected sprite. So we're going to create a script for this new beetle sprite. So let's go to events. We always start with this one when the green flag is clicked. Let's go to looks. Let's set the size. So let's snap that in. Let's set the size to 30%. We'll go to the motion blocks. We'll go to X, Y. Okay, we'll go to X, Y. For the X value, I want you to choose negative 130. And for the Y value, I want you to choose positive 80. Okay, then we'll look for the point in direction, and we'll leave it at 90 degrees to the right. So the first beetle, the beetle is going to be facing right. Let's go to the control blocks and let's find the forever block, snap it into place, and then we'll go back to motion, and then we'll have the beetle move 5 steps. Okay, 5 steps. Now remember, the ghost was 1 step at a time. The beetle is going to move 5 steps at a time. We'll go back to the control blocks and then we'll grab the if then. We'll place it underneath the move blocks. Okay, we'll go to the sensing blocks. If it is touching, okay, the maze. So if the beetle touches the maze, then we'll go to the motion blocks and then we'll have move. We'll have it move back off negative 5 steps. Okay, that just moves it away from the wall. And then we'll find this block. This is the first time we've had a chance to use this block. It's turn, this is I guess clockwise, turn clockwise. So we'll grab a turn clockwise. Make sure you've got the right one here. Clockwise, 90 degrees. So if it runs into a wall, we'll have the beetle turn right. Okay? All right. So what happens if we run our game here? So we want to play the game and you see the beetle. Now I want you to notice the beetle. Sometimes the beetle just moves in this similar pattern all the way through. Okay, so this is a glitch because we have it only moving by turning 90 degrees to the right. Okay, so we need to change the script so that the beetle turns left or right at random. Okay, so we need to go to the operators blocks and we need to pick random. So what we want to do is we want to pick random between 1 and 2. Between 1 and 2. Okay? All right. So we need an equal to block. So let me see here. We have an equal to block here. So what we want to do is we want to pick a random number from 1 to 2 into the left block. Okay, so you notice how the equal sign has 2 open spaces. So the pick random 1 to 2 is going to go in the left open space. And then in the right one, we're just going to type in the number 1. Okay? All right, so then we need to go to control and we need to grab an if then else block. So an if then else block. And we'll put this block, pick random 1 to 2 equals 1, the equal block, into the top arm there. Okay? All right, so let's go back to motion. And then we're going to grab a turn counterclockwise block and place it in this part here of the first part of the if then. And we want to have it turn 90 degrees counterclockwise. And if it doesn't do that, we're going to have it turn clockwise, the opposite direction, 90 degrees. Okay, so it's going to pick random. It's going to turn either 90 degrees to the left or 90 degrees to the right. Okay. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to get rid of this turn 90 degrees. So I'm going to grab this, turn 90 degrees, and I'm going to take it out of the script. Now I'm going to place this if-then block where it was, underneath the move 5 steps. So I'm going to pop it right here underneath the move 5 steps. So I want you to make sure that you're looking at this script carefully. Does it look exactly like mine? Okay, I'm going through the steps myself. Turning counterclockwise 90 degrees, turning clockwise 90 degrees. Okay? All right, so let's see what this has done. I'm going to get rid of this block. I'm just going to move it back into the scripts palette here. Okay, so as I play it, I want you to notice the beetles, and I want you to see, are the beetles kind of now moving kind of more in a free-form pattern where they're randomly turning right and left. Okay? All right, so this concludes part 5 of the video game project Cheese Chase. Thanks for watching. Bye.